All right, thanks, Magic fans, for joining us here on Magic TV before the 2 p.m. matchup here with the first place Halifax Hurricanes and the second place Moncton Magic. And I'm joined here by the one, the only odd man with the Ting Man. Oh, boy. Ignore that.
Roll with it, man.
Roll with it. So, Oddly, you made your first trip to Cape Breton.
Yes.
Just arrived seconds before the game after that long trip.
Phew.
How'd you like it?
Cape Breton was great. First time, as I said, first visit there. Fan base is so excited. It's what you want to see. You want an excited fan base, and they absolutely are so into their squad, and so great atmosphere. And I love coming out in the Maritimes generally because people are so friendly.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the Magic's first season here? We had new ownership come in, new name, new branding. And how do you think it's going?
You know, walking in the arena, you feel a difference. If you were here for that old regime, I'm not going to use the name, but if you're under that old regime, you felt, you had an impression, but it's totally different now. It feels like a new franchise, and all the credit in the world to the ownership group, John Manship, Joe Salerno, all they've done to really turn this franchise around. And you've got a winning product on the floor that legitimately can make some noise in the Atlantic Division.
And you got Scott Squires. And,
oh my goodness.
And yours truly.
That's it, man. I'm just on touch on. I'm really pleased. I've talked to Scott about this as well. Just the job that you guys are doing in terms of really heightening. That's it. In terms of building up from the media perspective, really providing decent coverage of the team and doing a great job in that respect. And I give you guys all the credit in the world.
Well, tip of the cap for you for saying that. That's great. So another new squad this year in St. John's. I don't think anybody that's watching them from afar can say that they're not doing a pretty good job up there with the crowds that they're getting. So talk about some of the things you're excited about what's going on in St. John's.
Opening night I was there for their opening week. I had a pair of games opening weekend against the River Lions, and the building was it was electric, and people were excited. We had a slight difficulty with the game, the shot clock at the beginning of the game. It delayed the start of it, and fans were on edge and ready to go. And on edge, that was a slight pun there. But at the end of the day, these were thrilled to having the squad there, and from sort of a league perspective, you watch this and you get excited because you look at the potential. New franchise, really a new team, and look what's happening, and that's exciting, man.
So what do you think?
But you got Carl English too. Local product.
That's going to help a little bit. So talk a little bit about. I want to talk to you a couple quick ones about the transaction deadline, because it was it was the busiest one in league history.
Yes, it was.
Right? Yeah. So I think when you looked at it, I think pretty much every team can come away with that thinking we improved, or at least tried to improve ourselves in at least one significant way. So I think it makes the product all that more competitive leading into the stretch drive, you think?
Yeah, you said the word competitive, and that really speaks to what we're really talking about here. That's the underlying sort of element in all of this, that teams are looking to be competitive. Teams recognize that they need to up the ante, so to speak, because they're looking at playoffs. And right now, we're in the Atlantic Division, that anyone can come out of this. If you said to me, I definitely know the 4 teams are making the playoffs, I call you a liar, because you just don't really know.
Yeah, you don't.
And so so when you talk about making these transactions and these trades and trying to improve your squad and trying to get to that stretch run, that's what we're talking about here.
And fans in St. John and Cape Breton might have a little bit of a down cycle here lately because they lost Gabe Freeman and Duke Mondi. But a way to look at that is this league is coming along at a place where guys can get opportunities somewhere else. So that's kind of a way. Duke Mondi going to the G League, that's not a step down, right? So that's a way to look at it too. Like, I know St. John and Cape Breton have you're going to feel bad a little bit about it, but as a league, it says a little bit about the league as a whole, where those guys getting those opportunities.
It totally does, and no one will ever deny that. The fan base still will kind of be like, we lost our guys, and I totally get that. You look at Duke Mondi in terms of what he did this season, coming into the draft combine. For our league, that tells a great story, because this is a gentleman that came from the start and worked his way all the way through. He almost didn't make the team.
And he was a borderline MVP guy there.
Now you're talking about a guy that helped turn his franchise around. And then Gabe Freeman, enough can be said about what he does and continues to do for his franchises, any team he's on.
And Duke had a great first game in the G League too, their fans. Go and check him out. He did a great job. Go Duke, go. So last question. We talked about it's the stretch drive and leading into the playoffs here. What kind of a new playoff structure too, which I think everybody was really happy about as well, going to the 7 games?
Yeah, we did it last year as well.
I suppose it was pretty much last
year. And it was kind of, again, it was new, and I think we felt really good about what we saw, and especially when you have more teams that, we moved away from everyone getting into the playoffs, that adds that, again, we talk about that competitive word, that adds that new element, that new dynamic where it's like, okay, what do I got to do to make sure that we're good enough to get in? So we're really excited about it. And playoffs, second season, man, that's when it really picks up.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun. And I think Halifax and Moncton fans, if you get a 7-game series out of these two that are going to be playing today, whew, I mean, we were bruised and we needed helmets just watching the game here last Friday night. So the odd man's in the house for the 4th matchup of the year between the Halifax Hurricanes and the Moncton Magic. Stay tuned, fans. 2 o'clock here on the floor. Thanks for joining us for the pregame on Magic TV.